So I'm going to do a different kind of video today. This is kind of like a board games collection slash reviews. I've been collecting board games at Calendar Club for years, so just a few of them here. First one is the Beatles Trivial Pursuit. And it's all like Trivial Pursuit except, you know, Beatles themed. And you got the board. And then you got like different categories. Beatles in America. And like their, I guess like their tourist stuff on their own, which would like be like solo work. Movies. So anything around like Hard Day's Night or Help, that kind of thing. Songs. The band's history. And the albums and singles. And you have like these pies thing, and there's like these pieces for each of these different colors, and in order to win the game you have to answer the trivia questions correctly and fill up the pie. So that's that game. And the next one is Apples to Apples. A friend of mine from the church actually introduced me to this one. And what it is like a game of opposites. Well, you can like play it so that it's like the meaning of the actual card, but the way that my friend taught me was we just did opposites because it was more funny. Or you just like pick the most outrageous thing. Like say if you got the, let's see, for adjective, you know, say you got the one like fancy, you could do anything from like something hilarious like skunks to a treehouse, because maybe you could actually have a fancy treehouse. Or, you know, whatever. So there's that one, and pretty much I think you had to like get like 6 green cards or something in order to win the game. It's one of the more simple games. It's not like a Trivial Pursuit or Scrabble or anything like that. It's much more just if you want to have fun. This one is a lot of fun. Dirty Minds. That's also from Calendar Club. And the name is misleading because if all of the answers to the trivia questions for this one, they're all clean, but it just like the clues will make you think of something, if you know, that's kind of like something a little different. So I should read an example here. Like some of the clues for one of these things would be like, if I get in your pants, you could panic. You know, and it'd be like a bug. So it's like, it's one of those funny games that you hear the clue and it's kind of like one of those mind trick things where it could make you think something that it's not the word you want, but it's a pretty fun game. And I think you need like, let's see, how many do you need to win? Like Oh, it's a lot like the Trivial Pursuit. Get a scoring wedge of each color, and make your way back to the center space. There's a board game in this too, so. And you have to get it all the way around the board, and then at the end you have to actually answer the question correctly in order to win the game. So there's like a twist to that, but it's a lot of fun. And then Scotland Yard. This is like probably my most favorite game of all of them. I first got introduced to it in I guess it would have been late 90s when my dad's friend came over and brought the game with them. Basically, you have there's these 4 or 5 detectives, and they're in Scotland Yard, and you have to make your way around the board using subways and bus tokens and taxis in order to find the Mr. X, who is played by another player, and you have to it kind of eludes the detectives, and Mr. X has so many moves, and then if player who plays Mr. X, if you go through all the moves, and if Mr. X isn't caught, then he wins the game. And if the detectives get Mr. X before he's able to use all his moves, then they win the game. So it's a pretty fun game. This is I think the best one that I've ever played. So. And that's pretty much it. I don't know if anyone else play board games, and anyone have any recommendations. Just put them in the comments if you want. Other than that, I just come back from open mic night and I'm pretty tired, so I hope everyone has a good day, and talk to you soon. Bye.